Namaste and welcome to Sonali Joshi's Astrojyoti Healing. In this video, we are going to see conjunction of Mars and Venus in the nakshatra of Aslesha. When I made the video about Mars in Cancer, I specifically mentioned that Mars is debilitated in the nakshatra of Aslesha. The degrees and exact position is like this. However, Mars finds it little bit difficult to navigate its energy all through the sign of Cancer. And when it comes to the nakshatra of Aslesha, it is very particularly that this Mars can get frustrated. This Mars can become manipulative, or there is also a chance of abuse if someone has Mars in Aslesha. Aslesha deals with the protection, nurturing, caring, boundaries. However, when Mars is placed in there along with Venus, all your relationships or the way you earn money acts as chains, overly secure, manipulative, abusive, to the extent that you feel this is the right thing to do because it guarantees you protection. Usually, Mars in Aslesha or any planets in Aslesha come with a baggage. On a higher level, Aslesha is a great nakshatra because it has ability to activate the Kundalini. That means these people are great meditators. They can be good at meditation, they can be good at yoga, they can deal with their nervous system, energy, spine in a way that they are very fit. They can change through various processes and understand forthcoming situations ahead of anyone. Aslesha is known as serpent energy because it acts exactly like a serpent. Usually, serpents are following their own ways unless you hurt them or they sense the danger, and then they will bite. They are very flexible, they are very charming, they understand their environments very well, and they are very protective. So Aslesha folks have the similar functionality whether you have Moon in Aslesha, Mars in Aslesha or Venus in Aslesha. With Mars and Venus, your relationships can be abusive, can be manipulative, or it is very hard for you to let go of someone and move forward. Also, planets Saturn and Mercury, they are usually known as Napunsak planets, the planets who do not have their own sexuality. They are either okay with being a man or being a woman on a mental frame, or they can have tendencies towards both genders. At an exact conjunction point and related to 7th, 8th or 12th house in a horoscope, if there is Mars and Venus conjunction in Mercury nakshatras, like for example Aslesha or Jeshtha or Revati, then the person can display their choices or their inclination to be gay, lesbian, bisexual or totally asexual. These people, depending on the conjunctions, aspects and position in Navamsha, can be very focused, can be stalkers, can be going after their goals without taking any precautions or without being afraid of anything. In astrology, we believe that usually after 10 incarnations, every soul gets a chance to change the gender. So if some soul had taken life of a woman for 10 incarnations, in the next incarnation they can choose to be a man. And doing so, the memories of being a woman are still there, and this life of a man can be difficult. So this changeover incarnation usually falls in either Aslesha, Jyeshtha or in Revati, with particular planets like Mars and Venus with exact conjunction. Then the person will display inclination as mentioned above. If Aslesha is expressed in the higher level, you could be great yogi, somebody who is a great protector. You could be in army, police, you could be working for your government, you could be installing fences, walls, all kinds of security measures and connected to those kind of border systems. You could be somebody working in the pharmaceutical industry, or you could be somebody, depending on the conjunction and aspects, a very known famous criminal. That is the reason everybody is afraid of when someone says Aslesha. This is a very potent nakshatra and it has the ability to go on to the other extreme. Usually astrologers see a lot of horoscopes, and fortunately not every person who has many planets in Aslesha turns out to be a criminal. Rather, they could be great writers, they could be publishers, they could be into IT systems, they could be into construction, real estate, medicine, law, but they will tend to protect or work with the systems that create borders, security, chains, protection and expression of Mercury. If you are watching this video and you have Mars and Venus conjunction, and if you feel your identity as a man or woman is different from what is a physical identity, and you have dominant Aslesha, there could be a chance that it is true. However, just because your husband or your wife or your or the person you are dating has this combination doesn't mean everyone else is going to be gay, lesbian or bisexual. However, there is a chance that it can happen. So if you are feeling that way or you feel that is what your choice is, please believe in yourself. Depending on the country, city, place you live, you couldn't be only one. You will find your partner. Aslesha is a tremendous potential. Use it for the benefit of society, use it for the benefit of humankind, and hence Mars and Venus would be used for the right purpose. Do not use this energy to envy someone, be jealous of somebody, or create plots and trap somebody or trouble them. You can send an email to iamsonalijoshi@gmail.com. I'll be more than happy to do a reading. I have readings backlog of about 2 months. So if you are sending me email and want response, I may not be able to give it immediately. Thank you for understanding. Like this video and please subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Namaste. Thank you. Shubhamastu.